here's another a documentary that I want to bring up, and I'm in the 3rd episode.
I'm so mad that I'm not caught
It's
up.
called Quiet on the Set. It's the story of the pedophilia.
Wait, you were on?
It is a hard yo. It's Nickelodeon, and you know Amanda Bynes, that girl who got big, and all. You gotta see this. It's shit is. I'm in the 3rd episode. I'm like,
what's the name of the dude from Head of the Class? It was Dan.
Dan Feldman. Dan Schneider. And when he came on the screen, I go, wow, I know that guy. Head of the fucking Class. I used to watch Head of the Class with Howard Hessman and Robin Givens.
Yes.
And I didn't know he became a big producer, huge producer in Nickelodeon.
Big,
he was the guy in Nickelodeon. This mother.
Oh, him?
This dude. Yes.
Wow, I do remember.
Right? He's so recognizable.
And just imagine being a child and having like that nightmare. Do you know what I mean?
And imagine him as a child being a fucking fat piece of shit all his life, and then he takes advantage of people.
Oh, so he was taking advantage.
Man, you got it. And what he did to women. There were women writers that he
wasn't. I mean, he may have been a pedophile, but there was no evidence against him. A different dude on set was, but he was just like a real piece of shit beyond.
But
that,
sexual shit, he would send sexual weird.
Like he would make makeup girls stop doing makeup to come massage him,
and then he would send sexual shit to them, and he was just He
even had the nerve to, after the documentary came out, to be like, you know, hearing this stuff has been really hurtful for me.
Yeah, and he goes, I've never said that, and and then there's the 3rd. When you get to the 3rd episode, there's a kid that had gotten molested by one of the producers.
It was like his dialogue coach,
and he couldn't.
Oh yeah, I feel like
and the father was managing him and watching him and saying, I don't trust this dude here, and then. He was able that producer, his dialogue coach, was able to get the kid to not believe his dad.
Brian Peck and Drake Bell was the actor.
Drake Bell,
and he had Josh.
And he separated from his dad, and his dad was right the whole time, and then he ended up being trapped with this motherfucker, getting raped by this fucker at his house. Yo, man, and it's the type of shit where you go, remember Samuel Jackson? What's that? No.
Oh,
that's a video that's playing in the background.
No, that was me, my brother.
Oh, that's you?
You know Samuel Jackson when he comes in after what's that movie? What's the movie? Fuck! Samuel Jackson when he comes in because they raped his daughter.
I don't even know that.
Time to Kill when he came in and shot those motherfuckers. I wanted to shoot that motherfucker because the fathers, you can see the fathers being interviewed crying, going, they separated me from my son.
There's that famous video of the dude who like pretended he was on a payphone at the airport when a child molester, where the man who molested his kid was being transferred. Yeah. And he was pretending he was on a payphone, turned around, popped him. Absolutely. And he got very little time.
Deservedly. And this is the guy that molested.
And he's in front of a bunch of pickles. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, they would do a lot of little sketches and weird shit that have to do with sexual innuendos.
Can I say, though, and I have to put this out there, and this happens all the goddamn time, but people are constantly conflating homosexuality and child molestation.
But this was what's fucked up. The kids would be like, hey, because they show Leonardo DiCaprio on the set because he was doing some episode, and that same guy was like kind of rubbing his arm. He would do little shit. But he never got DiCaprio, but he would do little shit. And the father was like, he keeps touching people in a weird way. And they were like, yo, hey, he's gay. And that's what gay people do. And he was he compared it to being gay. They use that, the gay thing. God. And I used to think back in the day, like, is being gay the same thing? I always wondered.
I know.
Is it or no?
No, it's absolutely not the same thing.
Well, explain it, yeah.
Well, okay. Well,
right. I mean, I don't know.
It's very easy to take homosexuals and turn them into something that people can rally around, to turn them into a common enemy.
Yeah.
And where you might be like, you know, who gives a shit? It's consenting adults, whatever. Mm-hmm. But if you can then seed that with a rumor that they are also child molesters, then they're right back on that sort of hot plate of common enemy.
That's the whole MAGA thing.
Yes.
The whole MAGA thing is conflating, you know, consenting adults with pedophilia
all the time,
and
all the
grooming
time.
And all of this stuff. But you have if you're a gay man and you like other men, it's just like us looking at a little girl and we go, like, how could
I don't even get it.
Like,
well, and it's
I don't
like,
even get it.
and painting black men as murderers, and meanwhile the Sackler family is like putting opiates into the streets and killing people, like 200 million, like 2 million people at a time.
Like I used to do it. I used to go, okay, if you have a pedophile that just loves boys, you used to be like, wasn't that like homosexual?
Also, no.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Though? You go, he just likes boys.
Well, that was like the Boy Scouts. In the Boy Scouts, they had a whole bunch of pedophiles in the Boy Scouts, and I remember having an argument with a dude, like blue collar dude. They're fucking. Like, I go, like, you're conflating
100%.
the two. Like, what's wrong? Like, how do you don't see that somebody prepubescent is some, because they don't care whether it's prepubescent male or female. It's the fact that they're
well, and also it's like a guy could be like an adult can molest a male adult, because it's almost never a woman, but a male adult can molest a female child, and his heterosexuality is never sort of brought up.
Right,
as like
that's not really true either, because women, like, it's just a lot of times when a woman does it to a boy, they're like, good job.
Like, yes, lucky mother,
lucky boy. But it is also just
up.
statistically like it's
But women do it to women.
It does.
Too.
It
I
does
just
happen.
watched that video.
I'm not saying it doesn't happen.
But I just watched that video about there was a documentary about the college, not the colleges, the boarding schools that they were taking kids, like wayward kids in the 90s. And if you had problems with your kids, they would take these kids into the woods and put them in these boarding schools. And it was like regimented where they couldn't go outside. They didn't have no windows and stuff. Yeah. And these women were molesting them the whole time. The psychiatrists were molesting other girls and stuff like that.
You guys, if you could watch this documentary, Quiet on the Set.
How are you watching it?
What do you mean?
What platform? Because
it's on HBO Max.
It's on HBO Max.
On Max.
What's the name of it?
Done.
Quiet on the Set.
I didn't realize it was on HBO.
I have a couple of like things here from Ariana Grande when she was on.
And
you got to see the footage of Ariana Grande.
Ron, you could say whether or not this is like sexualizing a child.
Watch this.
Give it one for copyright. We're gonna make it small.
Oh shit! That's right.
Is that swingy thing in the back of your throat right here?
Oh yeah.
Shit. Wow. And then they have her like
There's
squeezing
no way
up.
you could get it stuck between a hamster's toes.
And then
Sentence
watch this.
I'm soaking wet. Quick, somebody bring me the ocean. No one would ever say that. Why? Because if you were soaking, because the ocean. Check this out.
And then she would splash. She was doing this thing with water,
sucking her foot.
Like that. And let's stop. Water. And then they would do this with water. She was like, "I'm trying to get some juice out of this potato."
But they would put this stuff. On. So were they trying to? Were they trying to create content for pedophiles then?
I don't know, but it's
not so much. I think Nickelodeon's always kind of like sexualized young girls.
But the producers are doing that shit. It's like when producers have nude scenes, when the directors have nude scenes for no fucking reason.
Yeah,
it's just entertainment. Shirley Temple.
Baby burlesque.
Yeah.
You heard that story?
I saw that thing. Did you see the video where all these old dudes are passing her around?
Oh no.
And there's one where me and my mother went to one of the studios and they separated us in different rooms.
Yes.
Shirley Temple's like they separated. I was with one of the producers, another, and the guy just takes his clothes off. I started laughing because I was like, "What is going on?" And it happened to the mother at the same time in another room. That's what they were. That's what the fuck they were doing.
So a few things here. One, Hollywood used to have its own police force.
Yeah.
That literally, those big numbers that would happen where there would be like can girls, 80 of them in one scene.
And all of that.
Producers would like literally rape and murder these girls and then go back to the kids' families. Like the Hollywood police force would go back to these kids' families and say, your kid came to Hollywood, became a prostitute, and they, we found her body, but you probably want to keep this hush hush.
Shit.
So that is one thing that is like woven into the history of Hollywood and film and entertainment.
Yeah.
But also that there used to be a thing called baby burlesque where they would show these let's say 9-minute vignettes before a feature film, and it would be like literally toddlers and babies doing sexual adult scenes.
What?
You can absolutely pull up Baby Burlesque anytime, like literally
Baby Burlesque.
Baby Burlesque
Look,
on
I don't know
YouTube.
if I want to Google it.
And no.
Let's go,
I mean,
let's
it's
go. No,
because
let's
they
see that
were.
shit.
It was like it was G-rated. It was the scenarios that were fucked up, and they would have like little black boys putting like white boys in cauldrons to be the cannibal black boy, and this is like a 2-year-old, right? And people are like, "Isn't that adorable?"
Yeah.
Right, and like taking the pin off of a child's diaper.
Jesus Christ.
I mean. This is
historical.
Historical, but literally, there's a saying. It's a Jewish saying: "The fish rots from the head down." This is the point of origin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Look at this. Look at this shit. Oh hell no.
And Shirley Temple was in them.
Yeah, sure.
Look at all these little naked,
shirtless,
naked children.
Damn,
honey.
son. What? This has been going on, bro.
It's been going on. It is.
Oh hell no.
Yeah.
Shirley Temple.
On a good ship, lollipop.
And do you think there are children behind the cameras?
Why is this look like a Chippendales? He got the Chippendales collar.
Okay.
Damn, this is fucked up, man.
There you go.
This is the one
taking milk in the face. Taking milk in the face.
This is the one time being black was good. I don't want to be invited to this shit. Whites only. There you go.
No. And then there's blaxploitation within this.
Of course there is.
And
it makes sense on Hollywood now. It's the same.
It's the
shit.
same.
Nothing
shit.
has changed.
Yeah.
Godfrey.